Thank you for joining us. It's been 4 years since last time we've been here, 2019?
2019.
Yeah. So happy to come back to Lugano. We got a good week, nice weather, sunshine, and we have plenty of things for you guys. So we're going to go through some slides in a few minutes. There is we have 3 days, pack agenda. The agenda, if you want a printed one, there is outside. I guess you saw that. I want also to, as we go here, so just before we do the ping pong.
Yeah, but before this ping pong, I believe so. Just we are not making a show here. Just I believe I know a lot of you, most of you here, but I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Hussein Harake from CSCS, and this is for us. This is the 13th, Swiss conference in Lugano that takes place every year in this time frame, April more or less, March. So.
Yeah, since until 2019. So then we skipped 4 years. Yeah. We did 2 years. We did it online. So now we're back here. I'm Gilad from the HPC Council. If I didn't introduce myself, we want to thank the sponsors. Definitely, without the sponsors, we could not make that happen. In the other room where there are, Brian said extended lunch, it's kind of standard lunch times. In the other room, there are tables with all the sponsors are sitting there to talk about their product and technology. So please talk with them. Without them, we couldn't have this meeting here. And also for the media that covers, and Dan Olds is going to be recording all the sessions here. So just all speakers, just that you know that you're being recorded. If you don't want to be recorded, tough luck. No, seriously, if you don't want to be recorded, just tell Dan and we'll work it out. We have a Tuesday something?
So there are, there's one thing I would like also to inform everybody that we have a meeting room. And if you would like to meet, any vendor would like to have a meeting and discussion outside this room, there's one place where you can just organize it. Just talk outside the reception to just make a reservation so you have that space reserved for you. This is the agenda. Yeah, so the evening event, there were we have 2 evening events. One in Tuesday that's related to the HPC advisory, and which is only the that's all, everybody they are just capable to get in. While the one on Wednesday, some of you just registered by mistake, it's only reserved for the HPC XXL. So if you have the NDA with the HPC XXL, you can go for it. Otherwise, this is only reserved for them. Just to avoid if anyone registered and they find that you cannot go for the evening event on Wednesday.
Yeah, and don't worry, the event on Wednesday, just using the leftovers from the event on Tuesday. So if you're there on Tuesday, you have it all. So we have packed 3 days. We will try to hold time, so keep on time. Brian has, I think, right? Kind of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 minute, shooting you, something like that. So try if you're presenting, try to. Be on time. We want to be on time when we start after the breaks. So we'll call you out back from the coffee or lunch. And if there's questions beyond the time of each session, feel free to talk with the presenters. What else?
I think that's cover everything.
So Brian needs to have your slides. So if you're presenting again, make sure that Brian has your slides. So we are ready. You can probably use your laptop if needed, but Brian says no. So no, you cannot use your laptop.
So please, pass it to him. The format PDF and PowerPoint should be fine, both of them. Okay. Anyway, so during today and before the evening event of tomorrow, we'll just give you the details about when the buses will leave from here and all the the details about the evening event. I think from now we can start the HPC advisory presentation.
A few words about the council itself. The council is a non-profit organization which is aimed to bridge the gap between technology and usage. We've been operating for many years. I stopped counting. And we have more than 430 members, companies, universities, organizations, labs, research centers, and so forth. Joining the council is free, so you're more than welcome to join if you're not there. And you will be getting access to everything that we do within the council. Some of the elements or some of the activities that we're doing are hosting those kinds of meetings with collaborations with CSCS. Other activities that we're doing include operating a small compute center that it's not large in capacity, but it has a lot of different kind of technologies, and that enable folks to experiment usage of different elements. Members of the council get free access to it. We're also creating a lot of best practices on different kind of applications and scientific computing workloads. This is the list of updates that we have done in 2020, in the second half of 2022 actually. So we're doing constant refresh on the best practices, and everything is published on the website. Multiple student-related activities. The next one that is coming is the student cluster competition at ISC. That's going to happen in May in Hamburg. Actually, it has two parts. One part is online, which is already happening. The second part is going to be at ISC, and that will be in mid-May. There is other activities related to programming workshops and DPU workshops and summer schools and so forth. If you want to get more information about that, everything is on the website.
So I would like to add, especially for the student cluster competition, since I'm getting involved in it. So this is something that Gilad doesn't know, that in Wednesday we'll have a panel, and he's just going to be involved there actually. So we're going to call him and especially discussing the student cluster competition. We'll be 3 mentors involved, and we'll be just calling 3 students that had experience about the student cluster competition, and we'll have a discussion about it and just try to share all the advantage, what bring to us, what bring to every student, and why, and all these details.
Yeah, the motivation with summer schools or the workshops and so forth is actually to bring more information about latest technologies and how to use them, how to program and so forth. And the competition themselves actually letting student teams with the opportunity to first build their own system under a specific power limitation, so they can innovate on the hardware side as well. But it also includes access to some of the supercomputers around the world. So they can actually learn how to access, how to use, how those systems work, and some of the tasks related to running different kind of scientific computing workloads and so forth. Workshops-wise, we are spring. So having the Swiss in spring is always good. There is a few more later this year. A couple of those will be online. The next physical event is going to be, I think, in the UK, around October-ish time frame, more or less. So we'll put all the information on the website there, and you're more than welcome to join us there as well. So this is how to get information about the council activities. There is the website and how to access us, or how to access Brian, more or less, that he provide more information on how to participate in the council activities. So with that, any last minute things?
No, I think
coffee is good. Yeah.
Coffee is going to be very good, actually. It's always. The HPC Advisor Swiss conference story is quite maybe from every 4 or 5 years we tell this story about how it was born, because I can see a lot of new faces here. So we were and where I met Gilad for the first time, we were during supercomputing, and I was arguing with my ex-colleagues about 3D torus, building a 3D torus. At that time we had the Cray XT5 machine, and that's back to 2000, back to 2000, 6, 7, something like that.
Before BC.
Yeah, and it was the argument: can we build a 3D torus with InfiniBand? And that was I was asking him, and my colleague was saying, no, you cannot, and he was passing just by luck, and he stopped. I said, yes, you can, and that's where we started, and that's brought us from asking this question to build really this HPC Advisory Council Swiss conference. in Lugano. That was quite interesting, how much we shared from their knowledge and information about everything around HPC. Yeah.
And we continue to argue since then,
exactly.
more or less, right? Just different topics. So with that, I think we're good with the opening part. We want to invite Michele, guest of honor, to say a few words from CSCS perspective. Right?
And yeah. So thank you, and
thank you very much, and enjoy.
Thank you.
You want to use this? Gilad Hussein, I was on your side the day you had this discussion, I still remember, so it must have been 2010, because I just started 2009 working at CSCS. And discussion can be very fruitful and with long-standing results, and this conference is so part of it. And I'm also very happy to welcome you again after so many years in Lugano for this conference. It's good to see so many friends, old friends, and possibly candidates and new friends at this conference and meeting together. I have always the pleasure to welcome you from the side of CSCS, with the National Supercomputing Center, because we are the local host of the conference, and that's why you have the chance to come to Lugano in spring, and every time you have a lot of flowers and often very good weather welcoming you. And you see our logo is appearing in different places together with the logo of ETH Zurich. So yes, this is what it's about outside. If you have time to go and look a little bit what is the Lugano and around. And for us, what is the meaning of this conference? Why did we decide so many years ago to work together and to create this, to host this conference? Is because we have a commitment to knowledge sharing. In HPC, it's essential to be able to share inside the community, inside the people providing these HPC services together with the industry, knowledge to understand in what direction we are going. At the end, we are always at the edge of the technological development, and the only way to enable this is to exchange knowledge with each other. And what I would like to just give you a presentation of the different activities we are supporting at CSCS, where you could also make use of them. And what I don't want is to give a presentation of the latest development we have at the center. For this, we have people which understand much better technology, and for example is Maxime Martinasso. We will have give you an update about what is happening at CSCS. You will hear something about Alps, I suppose, and I'll let him give this presentation the next days. But from our side, so you have different chances during the year to meet us, and the next time will be already in May. We will have a booth at ISC 23. So when we go to the northern of Germany, we still are missing the mountains and chocolate. That's why we create mountains there. We can tunnels. We like tunnels. We are missing maybe some bridge. So you will find our booth with chocolate, coffee, and you can exchange with us. So you can ask how far we are in implementing our ideas, and that is how it looks like. So the booth, and remember May 22-24 will be the booth J1918 in Hamburg. Visit us. We are then, for us, a very important conference we are organizing, which is the PASC conference. And last year we have been in Davos and in Basel, and we are going now to Davos. And the conference is, PASC is an interdisciplinary platform for the exchange of competencies in scientific computing and computational science. What is special about that conference is less about the technology per se. We try to get bring together scientists from different fields to discuss on how is the best way to use HPC to solve their problems. And what is very special about the conference, I remember when I organized the first one, is to bring people from astrophysics, biology, climate, all the possible fields to discuss together. And what I was not aware at that time is how different these communities they are. And how for example, if you invite, you have one community, you invite one speaker, it's clear that he pays by himself or herself. The other community, if you invite someone, it's clear you have to pay for him or for her. Everyone is different, the way they organize their work, the way they interchange. And we created this platform and we introduced some elements of exchange. So we have the keynote presentations, typically about science. We have mini symposia, and what is special about mini symposia, we give a time slot of about 2 hours, and then you want people to invite 3 to 4 presenters and to work together on a given topic. And what we always want to try to have this mini symposia interdisciplinary, to have people discussing, for example, from climate and astrophysics on new codes, what they have in common. And that's the goal of the conference. We have also, we work together with ACM, and we have peer-reviewed papers, and the conference is similar to supercomputing, is also co-sponsored by SIG HPC. And then we have panel and poster sessions. So you want to go to the mountains now in June, so you can join us. This year the chairs of the conference are Eleni Chazi from ETH Zurich and Maike Ru from Sandia National Lab. We try always to have people from Switzerland and from the outside. Is in fact a very international conference. I would say 50% of the participants are outside Switzerland. And the topic of this year will be computing across scales, domains, and communities. And if you want to register, I have additional information. Please have a look at past23.past-conference.org. Then again, a chance is not only about older people going to these large conferences, it's about young people, and it's about investing in the future generations. And we will have again a summer university here in Lugano, and this year will be on effective high-performance computing and data analytics. We are working on this conference together with Università della Svizzera Italiana. It will be organized somewhere at the end of the world or one of the mountains here around, so that students cannot get distracted by other things. And it's always a very good time. We have about 30 to 40 students participating in this conference, and you have to submit your candidature, and then you are selected if you can participate or not. And you can have a look on this, and it will be in Hotel Serpiano, which you can see is on the mountains on the other side of the lake, and will be on July 23 to 28. Finally, for us, it's always important to inform our users about the latest development we have, and it's also a very important community. Maria Grazia is in charge of this community for the User Lab, and we have the User Lab Day. We will meet in Lucerne on September 4, so if you are from Switzerland, want to make use of your computing resources, just save that date. Finally, we always have, again, Eurohack. We think that hacking together to solve challenging problems is important, and we invest a lot of resources from our side in helping, coaching groups of scientists in developing code, porting their code on new accelerated platform, and we are organizing again Eurohack 23 will be in September 16 to 22 and will be on high-performance computing application programming hackathon will be here in Lugano. So we will also have a call for the people groups who would like to participate. And I remember it's always a very interesting week. People are working around the clock and solving their problems. And they say typically if they don't have a speed up of at least 10 to 20 it's not interesting, so they have to work hard to get their code accelerated. And again, we will close the year in November. We will have again a booth at Supercomputing 23 in November, and there also in the States we will get some chocolate and coffee. There is one additional element I would like to introduce you, and this is a community we do have in Switzerland, and that's Brian. Sorry, there are also another important community in Switzerland, but your is the best one, and which is the HPCCH. Maybe not everyone is aware of this community, which is a specific Swiss community. It's getting also very old, and it's the Swiss HPC service provider community. So in this community, we bring together people offering HPC services in Switzerland from universities, from the industry, to discuss together about discussing development in HPC, coordinating of their activities, and showing to each other what we are doing. So we have some channels. Maybe you can have a look on the right side. So we have a very nice web page. I have a collaborator of mine, Raluca Odoraba, which is taking care of this web page. So we have latest information about HPC in Switzerland. We have www.hpcch.org. We have a Twitter channel, YouTube, and we have a forum, two forums every year. So if you have a look about the web page, you will see we are advertising for this conference there. We are advertising also for new positions we have in the universities. And the members of this community, you can see here, are almost all in the academia. This is the list of people in the academia. We are going from CHIP, CHUV, Hôpital in Lausanne, CSCS, EMPA, PFL, SpeedUp, Switch, and so on, up to Zurich University of Applied Science. And we have representatives from industry providing these services. And so you see we are organizing 2 meetings every year on very different topics. There are more recurring topics typically about also data management. You see we started 2009. Now in 2022 we had again 2 meetings. One was at EMPA on HPC configuration management, and one on a user-centered review on HPC. We went to Geneva for that meeting. And we are organizing again a meeting this year. We would like to also we have all the speakers already. And we will meet this year, in May 4 at the Biozentrum University of Basel. So we have all colleagues of University of Basel hosting us. Chairs will be Gianni Heikkinen and Martin Jacot. And on this topic on HPC security, so you can read here some questions. There is a longer question of we would like to answer what are specific challenges for security, HPC environments, what is the scope of HPC security, how to design secure architecture for HPC systems, which security standards to choose, how to deal with sensitive data in HPC, and so on and so on. What is important, we want all the presentation given by the member of the association, so really to hear what is happening in their university. We don't have presentations by vendors, so we can be very open about the problems and the challenges we do have in our field. And this is a second example of another of a very well-working community inside Switzerland, in addition to the one we are now meeting here in HPC Advisory Council. That's all from my side, and I would really like to thank all the people that were involved in the organization. We will thank them really at the end, but I will not be here. I think now about Gabriela, Brian, Gilad, Hussein, and in the and Tatiana, I'm just finishing. I don't forget, don't worry. And Tatiana for this organization. I wish you 3 great days, and I'm so very pleased to give more time to DK Panda to give his presentation. I know it's already a very good presentation. Thank you very much. Have a good 3 days in Lugano. Thank you. Pam pam